Okay, time to analyze my next three games, guys. Today I played the ninth round of the tournament. Uh, Fortunately, it was an easy game, but I have to tell you, the last two games were terrible. I won both games, but I just did some stupid, sorry, but stupid in both games. Today I did not realize I was going into a ground combination. Fortunately, my opponent was not that strong, and uh, he did not find a way to refute my attack. And yesterday was actually lost. Like, he didn't go for the line that gave him the advantage, but he went for an end game where objectively he was a bit better. And well, I managed to grind him and win the game. But I guess I am tired. I'm being a bit sick. That's okay. Everyone gets something in Ashes Olympiad. I am super tired, especially after yesterday. Yesterday I played like 6 hours. I was like the last one to leave playing hall. Well, at least one of the last three games was my 90 move grinding, grinding, grinding. Well, you understand. It was a tough game. But well, we are not yet there. Let's see the next three games I play. Game number three. This was a tough game for me. This is like the worst defeat I had in the Olympiad. And I prepared the game, and I was right into my preparation. I knew he was going to play the London, and I got this position in front of me before the game. And I thought this was totally fine in my prep. Even Carson played this line a few times, I think. And I found some interesting ideas for both sides, so I went for it. I thought I was really safe. So my idea here is to bring the bishop to g6 eventually, neutralize the bishop on d3, and then I should be totally fine. I could start gaining on the queen side. I could bring my bishop probably to wait this. Sorry, I did not use chess basing a while. I should bring my bishop to c7 to neutralize the bishop on f4. And black should be totally fine, I think. If I manage to do both things, I should equalize. But around here, I made a mistake. Okay, I made a mistake. In Carson's game, of the Carson's game, okay, here's the point. Why I decided to go for a space grab on the queen side with a4, a5. White was between equal and slightly better, but nothing terrible for black. But here he played this knight g5 that I think is a new move. Pretty sure it's a novelty. Let me check my database. Well, it's not in the opening book, and not in the reference database, I think. Yeah.
Oh no, this exists actually. So this is a mistake. Yeah, definitely I did not check this idea before the game. And it's a quite annoying idea. Here there is a way for black to more or less get a slightly worse game that comes with h6, knight f3, and I should trade. And then I could go for that idea I mentioned before, bishop d8, bishop c7. But I thought white was slightly better. Let me show you. For example, one of the ideas that annoy me. Not that it's the best one, or the only one, but I thought this was, for example, a bit annoying for black. White will put the knight on e5, will come with the queen to d3, and certainly will have pressure on the king side. So I thought, well, this cannot be that bad. I will bring my bishop to d8, and then I will go to bishop c7, but after queen c2, I definitely should go for h6, but I still thought, no, I will play bishop g6. And then this position, I actually lost. As ridiculous as it seems, I don't have counterplay, and white is just playing h4, g3, and opening the h file eventually. He plays h4 here, not knight f3, and here knight h7 is a mistake, but after analyzing with the computer for a while, I am not lost, but the position is really hard to play. Really, really hard to play, even with the computer. I play knight h7, but at the moment I thought it's a smart. But actually, it makes things just worse. I want to eliminate the knight, so uh, when he opens the file, it's not going to be as bad. Actually, the computer, I think, thought the best move was knight e7, but it's kind of bullshit because after round 4, he thinks the best idea is to go back with the knight. It's not the worst idea because now the queen cannot go to h4. But still, this is clearly better for white. So, of course, after knight h7, second, where are we here? After knight h7, h4, I could go with the knight f6 move, and I saw it in the game, I considered it, but I thought, no, this cannot be that bad, right? I mean, yes, I know he wants to play g3, king g2, but I thought I will have enough time to open the position with either with b5 or e5, but objectively here I am just totally lost. Okay, trying to create some counterplay, but no, I'm not coming fast enough. Now here I thought for a long time. Eventually we'll have to go king f8, but I think it's not the best way to do it in this moment. Probably queen b8 immediately, and after rook here, I don't know what to advise. I guess this. No, no, sorry. So in this point, yes, I have to go this way, but honestly, I am just lost. He will come with a knight to something similar to what happened in the game. He will come to the knight to d3. Then we'll bring the queen to f3 probably, and I am just losing. So okay, king rook h1. Difference is that with the line I showed before is that he has at least an extra tempo here, but I don't think it changes anything. He could go without that move. I think he could play knight one immediately. This is also winning. I have no way to counter this plan. The threat is queen f6 in some lines. Immediately is not happening, but I have to be careful with that. Here I just collapse. I play e5. Oh, also he's playing rook h8, rook h7. Yeah, so yeah, this is just lost. I play e5 with seconds on the clock, but not much time. He's giving me checkmate, so I resign. A really disappointing game. One of the things that what can we learn from this game? Like everyone, what could everyone learn about the game? Other than not getting into a lost position. Sometimes it happens. You play an opening trying to surprise your opponent, and you're the one surprised. Of course, this guy had a huge experience with the line. He has played dozens of games with the London. He's an expert in it. I don't think it's the best opening, but I mean, I prepare and I play something that clearly is a line where he had way more experience. Oh, my computer is about to die. Give me a second. Okay, should be fine now. Oh, let's go. Okay. Yeah, I was the one surprised. And there are few things to know about the openings. Look, this guy was 2500, okay? Um, I always tell my students, I still think you don't need to prepare openings a lot up to 23, 2400. Up to that point, openings are not that important. Sadly, once you play the 2500, the work that you need to do is way, way, way harder in order to be able to compete. And of course, you have to make decisions in life, sacrifices in life, and If I start preparing like that, I will not be able probably to work with most of my students, sadly, at least right now. So yeah, I have to deal with that. I am upset I lost the game like this, but yes, there is no way that you could in 2 hours catch up with the knowledge and experience that this guy had playing the line for years. That being said, ideally, that is why you want to play the same openings when you are not a player of this 2500 level. Because you want to get familiar, you want to get this kind of deep understanding of the positions and lines that you are playing. You want to get there. And you want to do it without having to prepare that deeply the games every single time. Give me a second. Guys. I just got a message here. You know, I'm in the middle of Olympiad, so I have to. Okay. Okay. So something about that. So, uh, the more you can stick to your openings and improve time after time and learn from them, the best. Definitely, in my case, to go for a new line every single game against a strong player usually doesn't end well if he's an experienced player that has been using his lines for a long time. Anyway, let's go to the next game. See, so this was from number 4. Let's see if I can find number 5. Number 5, this game, disaster game. Let's see what happened. I'm white. Instantly, I know who was going to play this. I prepared this line. But I did not prepare exactly this. Here, again, here I kind of got surprised because I could not. There was something in the move order here. He had no games with knight a6, and I did not check the line before the game. And I did not play this line like ever. So I tried to remember my analysis here. Actually, I kind of checked the line, but here I think I check pawn of 6, bishop h4. Yeah, I am sure I checked that line, but no queen a8, and I could not remember what to do here. I could not remember if I had to close the center or if I have to take. And apparently taking is the way to go. I guess take and maybe 5. Sure, let me see. Takes, take, and knight d2. Okay. The line must play is this one. Well, certainly I don't remember this. If I check it right now, it's not in my head. But that is what makes one of the difference with players that are stronger than me. Of course, they play constantly, so also it's easier to remember your lines. It's hard when you play like every 6 months. But well, d5 I don't think is a mistake yet. Actually, I got advantage in the game. Here I have to be a bit careful. I think I'm okay with white, but of course there are some ideas with f4 that could be a bit annoying. And there's pressure over the e4 pawn. So I decided to go for this. Takes. Still should be fine. Here I think I make an inaccuracy. I play knight d2. g3 apparently is a better try. g3, for what I remember, is a better try. Trying to start fixing the central pawns. So I play knight d2, and here he makes some inaccuracies. Here I play a4. And bishop a6, I did not like this move at all. I thought I had clear advantage here. But apparently, even if I was right, is not exactly the case. Now, the best way to go in this kind of position is to take. The pawns look scary. But actually, oh, sorry, that is not that easy to get anything here. Probably have to take, play knight b3 and try to go for d6. And I should be a bit better as white. Of course, black will have his chances, his counter chances, but I think I should be a bit better. But in the game, I found an idea that I thought it was really strong, and it wasn't. I played knight b3. And when he played bishop d7, I went for c5. And this is a blunder. He at least equalizes. Here I should go for pawn takes e5. Of course, he gets the pawn. He plays queen e3, I move the king, he takes the pawn. Still, I have some compensation. His king is going to be a little bit more unsafe than mine. I have ideas with queen b3. And then I could put my bishop on f3 or d3, for example, to target the pawn on f5 and play rook e1. They're basically I'm okay. The position should be equal. But in the game, I was not sure, and I played pawn d6 that I thought it was strong. c6, and here I totally blew it. Cannot even remember if I have to take on e5, play queen d2, but definitely what I played was a mistake. I play knight a4. Oh, by the way, if I give check, well, that doesn't work at all. Just to show, to go for this and get back my pawn, no, he will get more than enough, and then some. He will take back on b2, and his pieces will be too active. This is not good for him. So I realized my position was worse here. And look, you can screw the game once, but you cannot allow that to get into your head. If there is a piece of advice that you can get from this game is that when you screw it, you just forget about that. You deal with the position that you have. Okay, I know I have a worse position, so I start to look for ways to keep it alive. And it's starting to get certainly way worse. And some of my moves maybe were not the strongest, but I can tell you, I was really looking for the best moves, and here I am pretty sure that whatever I did wrong was mostly about chess, not about my mindset or being in the wrong uh, state of mind thinking about the mistakes I made. So I played knight a4. My idea was to go for this and then take the pawn, and I thought I should be fine here, right? I have to pass pawns in the center. It should be okay, but no, this is bad. He played knight e4, play bishop f3. I am sacrificing here the exchange. This is an exchange sacrifice, but actually I don't think it's exactly that the case. If he plays knight d2, I play queen c3, and if he takes, I go for e6, and I should be, I think, fine. I calculate this line. No, not this line. e7, I think it's the best. Takes, king takes, pawn takes. Um, let's say he tries to go out with the knight, then I take on c6, and I'm pretty sure I'm fine here. My pawns could board the board in two, and it will be really hard for him to get any progress. But he here played the best move, bishop e6, queen c2, and then check. And here I am totally lost, to be honest. He could draw the king immediately. He decided to go for it, and he had reason to do it. I have to, no options actually. And then, well, the d6 pawn is falling. My knight on a4 looks stupid. I am actually material down right now, a pawn. So if I lose another pawn, it will be game. So I could not find anything better than going for this ending. Now he has queen d4 check that I think is the best move, but he played. Sorry. No. Okay. Here he played bishop c4, good move, and bishop d3. I am lost. What can I say? I am totally lost. Still, I could keep my coolness. He has several ways to go here for the victory. Fortunately, he picked the worst one. So maybe before is an option here. It's not a great one, but it's an option. That I think is the way I had to go, but I thought it was really easy for him, so I start trying to look for moves to make things harder for him. So a3 could bring me to an improved version of that line. I don't know, like again, if you ask me, if you want to tell me that black is winning here? Yes, you're right. Black is winning here. He has many ways to do it. I found this idea that I thought it was a decent enough idea. And around here, he could play stronger, but it should be enough to win the game. Okay, so he played rook e4, and if I move my rook, he will go rook e2, so I have to allow him to come, and then we got into this endgame. But look, guys, I was lost 20 moves ago, and already I made it to the time control. I am playing against an opponent that is weaker than me, and you know when this happens and you are able to survive one move and the next and the next, usually what happens is that the guy is thinking in his head, I'm winning already. This guy is toast. No way I'm not going to win. I have a bishop, I have two extra pawns on the queen side. Easy victory. And what happens is that actually most players that are not that strong stop thinking here. They think that the other guy is just going to resign. And well, usually that is really far from the truth. So we got this, and here he's still winning. But definitely here he allowed me counterplay. I could not tell you exactly what to do here to win. I cannot remember, but I checked. But he allowed me to create this counterplay. Yeah. And now, actually I have some ideas. He always have to be careful with my ideas of pawn g6. Still should be one, but he has to be a bit careful. I guess something like king e5 is just winning, but he just keep playing as if nothing. And this before I'm pretty sure is a mistake. You should not trade pawns when there are so little material over the board, not so fast. Maybe c5 should be better, king e5 too. And now we play like this, and then I play knight f3. And I have an idea of playing, I have a couple of ideas. One is playing a6 to go knight h4 and g6, and the other one is to play g6, pawn takes, and a6. And that will cost him the bishop. So definitely here, if I am lost, is not evident how to do it. Actually, after this, I did not make any mistakes, and the game ended in a draw. Now, knight h4 probably is a stronger try, but okay. I did not want to risk losing here. Of course, this is a good move. If he takes, I play h6, and I have to calculate bishop takes. This happens a lot. You start calculating, you play g6, he has to take with the pawn, and then he takes with the bishop, and you realize, oh, he has a bunch of pawns. Careful there, but taking with the bishop was no risky for me. And if he takes with the pawn, come on, 6, g5, knight takes. I'm playing a7 next. My king is too close to the pawn. Should be okay. Now here I make a mistake. Here apparently knight h2 not only draws, but gives me winning chances. The position is totally equal for the computer, but I have winning chances. In the game I was a bit worried. I calculate a line here that is also a draw, but with more difficulty. King here, knight d2, and here he blunders. C3 of course was the best. Cannot remember the whole line, but of course I have to take. And here I'm pretty sure this is a draw, but this is not an easy one. I guess knight b3. I guess knight b3. Cannot remember. Eventually I am given playing pawn g7, pawn g8, and taking the pawn on c2. I think, but of course this was a difficult thinking to hold. But he made a mistake. He played king e6. Don't know why. I guess he thought he was going to win my pawns. But now I am safe. I'm not losing this ever. Victory is possible, but still a draw. Nothing there. Actually, he could end up losing the game. So here he decided, no, enough. Let's go for a draw. Well, I can tell you a good example of what happens when you're persisting and you don't allow the mistakes go into your head. Could I have lost this game anyway and this will sound like bullshit? Maybe. But definitely the best chance that you can give yourself to draw this kind of really difficult positions is not to think about what took you there. Improving your focus, usually when this happens, you lose some of your focus, so you try to really keep your concentration and look for the best moves. And if that's enough for a draw, excellent. If not, so be it. But the worst thing that you can ever do is to start thinking about what you did to get there. Because when you do that, you are not thinking about the only moves that could save your position. Okay, well, I guess I will leave this one here. It's long enough, and I have to go for dinner. So, yeah, not victory in this game analysis, but I hope you can find something useful here for your own sake. And hopefully tomorrow I have a game that finishes kind of early so I can analyze a couple of extra games. Okay, have a good night, guys. Or good day, I don't know. Here is